As I pump thousands of pounds of organic matter into my new permaculture garden with the forward ecology method, I don't mind the fact that there's a few weeds on the surface because those are going to die and feed nitrogen and help break down all this matter. But one of the weeds I'm not going to tolerate in here is the thistle. I've been battling thistles all year round, but I did find a decent way to control them. And I also found a way to reuse them because with the forward ecology method, we don't like anything going to waste out of the garden. So we need to feed it back in here. I'm out here in the back of my garden right now, just demolishing thistles. So let me show you what I'm doing to get rid of these thistles and ways to stop them from coming back. I got a pretty decent haul going on right here of some thistles I already extracted, but I got tons more that I want to get out of here. Unlike a lot of these other weeds I just pull out and toss right on the surface, I can't really do that with the thistles because they will find a way to reroot themselves. So some people take them and toss them in garbage bags and throw them away. I don't want to do that. These thistles have taken all those nutrients out of the soil, and right now they're storing them in these leaves and especially these roots. But before we can recycle these, we have to get them out of the garden. To be the most effective with your thistle removal, you're going to want to do it after a heavy rainfall so the soil is nice and loose. Got a nasty little cluster going on here. So to get these out, I like this thing. This is for weeding. You can use a shovel too. The key here is to get next to the plant, and you want to dig straight down as deep as you can get. And once you get down, you just want to kind of bounce the soil. And you can even go in the other side too. But as soon as you notice that thistle loosening up, kind of like this one is, there's not much holding it in, you're going to want to grab it right at the soil line and kind of just shake it and pull. And as you can see there, we got that thistle down all the way. Do the same thing with the rest of these thistles in here. Stick the trowel down deep, give her a shake. A little lift sometimes helps. You can see it bouncing. Pull it straight up. Look at that. We got all that thistle out. It may seem like a lot of work to do this to every thistle you have because these things tend to grow in giant groups, but doing it this way will prevent these thistles from coming back. And if they do, you can do the same thing again, and you'll notice over time that you have less and less thistles. I had one area that was completely coated with these, and now I have 0. Once you got all your thistles out, I suggest putting down a thick layer of mulch where the thistles were at. It slows them down from coming up. This straw like this ain't going to do much. An even better thing to do would be to put cardboard there and put straw on top of that as well. That'll suffocate these things out and make it a lot harder for them to come back. Some still will, but it's better than having a bunch. And once that cardboard breaks down and all this organic matter, the soil gets even looser and they get easier to pull over time. Now that we got a decent amount of thistles, we're going to take them over and we're going to make thistle soup because nothing goes to waste. I'm going to use a 55-gallon drum for this part, but you can also use a 5-gallon bucket. I'm going to start by loading all these thistles into the barrel. When you do this part, make sure you got gloves on because these things are really sharp and you're going to get stickers in your hand if you're not wearing gloves. So that's very important. This will work great too for other weeds like dandelions, other things you don't want to throw on the surface of the soil, throw in your compost. So anything like that, toss them in. Alright, they're all in. Got a decent start. This is probably not even half of what I'm going to take out of my garden. Make sure you're using something that doesn't have any leaks in it, because the next part is filling it up with water. I didn't cover them up all the way, just enough to go over the top. And then I'm just going to take something and poke them down underneath that water. You're going to want to let this sit for a few weeks, and every couple days, just come out and give it a stir and push all these down. Here's some in a bucket that's been sitting for about a week or so. You'll notice the water turns black and it really starts to smell. I mean, it smells absolutely terrible. So don't put this anywhere where you're going to be walking around or by your neighbors unless you don't like them. When it gets really smelly and soupy, you can take this liquid in here and mix it with water. And it's a great fertilizer for your plants because all those nutrients that those thistles took up is now in this water. Or you can do like I do. I take this liquid just as it is and you pour it into your compost piles. It adds a lot of nitrogen to the compost and speeds up decomposition. No matter what you decide to do, this is a great way to reuse material in your garden instead of throwing it in the trash. Hopefully this video helps you out, and thanks for watching.